music on the radio again, tune in. Let's go 10 out of 10. Can't get the backbeat out of my head.
Alright then. We are here at Brazil. It's Sebastian Ocampo on pole, then it's Cosmos at second, Victor at third, then it's Akari at fourth, Smith Zane at fifth, B-Dragon Sonic at sixth, then it's Sichi at seventh, Vashtan Tan at eighth, Shia at ninth, and then it's Kairos at 10, Niven Colby at 11, Ayaman Visual at 12, Taco Van Horn at 13, George at 14, Inet Babnas at 15, Nix Harrington at 16, Oscar Folstad at 17, Gabo at 18, Ravo at 19, then it's Johnny Sims at 20th, Jack Carter at 21st, and Adney Olsen at 22nd. It is raining here very heavily at Brazil at the final round of the season. All 5 lights go on for the final time at Season 2. It's lights out and away we go. Sebastian Ocampo gets a good start there. Also Cosmos with a good start. On board here with B-Dragon Sonic, currently P6. Ahead of him is Smith Zane. 5-second time penalty there for Sichi, causing a collision with B-Dragon Sonic. Side by side here with his teammate Vashtan Tan and B-Dragon Sonic there. And this is your final round of the season then. So here are your driver standings for this season. It's obviously after Qatar, so here are your driver standings then. Oscar Folstad with a 5-second time penalty there. So Sebastian Ocampo is leading by 4 points ahead of Inet Babnas, and that means that Sichi is officially out of the title fight. He is officially out of the title fight, sadly. And yeah. And here is your constructor standings after Qatar, which is round 23. So McLaren is leading the way on 323 points. They are officially the constructors champions for this season, which is very nice. Congrats to McLaren. Congrats to McLaren. So Akari has taken the lead and has set the fastest Sector 1 at 17.500 there for Akari. So Sebastian Ocampo drops to third. And Inet Babnas rather, currently P18. So he needs to finish ahead of Sebastian Ocampo. And if he finishes ahead of Sebastian Ocampo, he will win his first world title. But if Sebastian Ocampo finishes ahead of Inet Babnas, he is crowned champion. And yeah. So as you realize, this is a 35% race. So it's not just your ordinary race here, it's on 35% race distance. Akari with the fastest lap at 1 minute 01.116 there. So it's lap 3 out of 24. We got like 21 laps to go. So this video is gonna be over 30 minutes long. I am pretty sure about that. Smith Zane resetting the fastest Sector 1 at 17.166. So this video will be over 30 minutes long. And that is very interesting considering I made a decision for that. And yeah. So this will be your final round, obviously. Akari with the fastest Sector 2 at 27.299 there. And yeah, it is raining very heavily here at Brazil. So these guys might need to well, not these guys, I mean... Okay, so the fastest lap has been resetted by Cosmos though. He's into the 1 minute 00s. 1 minute 00.916 there to be exact. So I'm checking the weather forecast here. And it says that the rain will stop in about 5 laps from now or probably 6 laps from now. So Iron Babness with the fastest sector 1 at 17.016. And yeah, these guys will need to pit soon for the... If it turns dry... Well, not turns dry. If it becomes dry soon, these guys will need to pit soon. Like, very soon. Like, if it becomes dry in the next 5 to 6 laps. So we're on lap 4 out of 24 now. Only 20 laps to go. It's Akari that leads the way from Cosmos at second. Then it's Smith Zane at third. Sebastian Ocampo at fourth. Currently a championship leader by 4 points. Then it's B-Dragon Sonic at fifth. Victor at sixth. Kyrox at seventh. Sichi at eighth. Xia at ninth. And Vashton Tan at 10th. Those are your top 10 so far. So Sebastian Ocampo drops to 4th. So the thing is, Iron Babness is currently P20 right now. And if Sebastian Ocampo finishes outside of the top 10, he is still crowned champion no matter what happens. If Iron Babness is outside of the points, of course. So Iron Babness needs to score 8 or better. And Sebastian Ocampo shouldn't score any points or he should DNF. And if that happens to Sebastian Ocampo, Iron Babness will be your world champion if he finishes 8 or better with the fastest lap, of course. And yeah, so lap 5 out of 24, only 19 laps to go on this race at the Brazilian Grand Prix. So it's about to be lap 6 now. It's lap 6 out of 24, only 18 laps to go. It's Akari that leads the way from Cosmos at second. C3 with the fastest lap at 1 minute 00.866. Ocampo goes up to 1 position and is now at 3rd place. So let me redo the top 10 again. It's Akari that leads the way from Cosmos at 2nd. Then it's Sebastian Ocampo at 3rd. Smith Zane at 4th. B-Dragon Sonic at 5th, who has overtaken Smith Zane for 4th. Then it's Victor at 6th. Sichi at 7. Ravo with the fastest sector 1 at 16.899. Then it's Kyrox at 8. Vashton Tan at 9. And Nix Harrington at 10th. Those are your top 10 so far. And outside of the top 10 is Xia, Jack Carter, Niven Colby, George, Oscar Folsad, Taco Van Horn, Ayaman Visual, Inet Babness, your championship contender, who is behind Sebastian Ocampo by 4 points. Then it's Ravo at 19, Gabo at 20th. His teammate Andy Olsen has been overtaken by Johnny Sims. And that is outside of the top 10 so far. So it's lap 7 out of 24 now. Akar leads the way still by 6/10 ahead of Cosmos at 2nd. Then it's Sebastian Ocampo at 3rd, 2.4 seconds behind Akari. B-Dragon Sonic at 4th, Smith Zane at 5th, Victor at 6th, Kyrox at... No, not Kyrox. Sichi rather at 7th. Then it's his teammate Kyrox at 8th, Vashton Tan at 9th, and Nix Harrington at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah. So, nothing's going on right now except that Sichi and Olsat both have a 5-second penalty, but no DNFs so far because, well, this track is very wide, so there's not a lot of DNFs from the history of this track. And yeah, so lap 8 out of 24 now. It's Akari that leads the way still by 6/10 ahead of Sebastian Ocampo, Cosmos rather. Oscar Folstad with the fastest lap at 1 minute 00.566. Then it's Sebastian Ocampo at 3rd, B-Dragon Sonic at 4th, Smith Zane at 5th, Victor at 6th. Then it's Sichi at 7, Vashton Tan at 8, Kyrox at 9, and Nix Harrington at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. Oh, Sebastian Ocampo dropping in the order here. Wait, does Sebastian Ocampo have a puncture? Oh my god! Sebastian Ocampo has a puncture and he has collided into Oscar Folstad has collided into Sebastian Ocampo. Sebastian Ocampo has a puncture. Oh no, Sebastian Ocampo has gotten a puncture. Sebastian Ocampo has gotten a puncture. Your championship leader has gotten a puncture. And that is going to change the order of this race. Johnny Sims colliding into Sebastian Ocampo there. And this is going to change the order, not the order, the championship standings here. This is going to change the championship standings here for this race. So Eined Badness here, currently P16. He is still outside of the points, and that means Sebastian Ocampo is still your championship leader by 4 points. But Eined Badness here, he will need to score 8 or better with the fastest lap. So Sebastian Ocampo will come into the pits for new inters. And oh no, man. Sebastian Ocampo's gotten a puncture at lap 9. Or no, not lap 9, lap 8 rather. And Sebastian Ocampo might get lapped here. He might get lapped. As we head on now to start lap 10 out of 24 very soon now. Yep, Sebastian Ocampo is going to get lapped. So it's lap 10 out of 24 now. Akari leads the way from Cosmos at second. Then it's B-Jack and Sonic at third. Smith Zane at fourth. Victor at fifth. Then it's Sichi at sixth. Vashantan at seven. Kyrox at eight. Xia at nine. And Nix Harrington at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah. So if there is a situation where Eined Badness scores 8, and if we check on the driver standings, if they're both tied on points, Sebastian Ocampo is still your world champion because he has more race wins than Eined Badness, if I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sebastian Ocampo has more race wins than Eined Badness. So Sebastian Ocampo sets the fastest sector to a 26.983. But I am 100% sure that Sebastian Ocampo has more race wins than Eined Badness. So Sebastian Ocampo has like 4 or 5 race wins and probably 9 podiums is what I'm guessing. Oh, it's what do you call this? Slicks going on to Sebastian Ocampo. Everyone is going for slicks, and this is going to change the order of the grid rapidly. So Akari leads the way on lap 11 out of 24. It has stopped raining now. Did they make the right decision here? Have they made the right decision? Eined Badness up to P13 here. And he is still on inters. So it's lap 11 out of 24 now. Akari leads the way. So Akari leads the way by 2 seconds ahead of Cosmos at second. Then it's Victor at third, B-Jack and Sonic at fourth, who has overtaken Victor. Then it's Sichi at fifth, Smith Zane at sixth, Niven Colby at seven, Nix Harrington at 8, George at 9, and Vash Sentan at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah, Akari with the fastest sector 2 at 26.766, 2 tenths faster than the original sector 2, fastest sector 2 rather. And yeah, so outside of the top 10 is Kyrox, Xia, Jack Carter, Ayaman Visual, Eined Badness, Gabo, Taco Van Horn, Ravo, Oscar Folsad, Adney Olsen, Johnny Sims, and Sebastian Ocampo, who is 1 lap behind. So only 12 laps to go then. Akari with the fastest sector 1 at 16.566. So we're gonna go on board here with Eined Badness, alright? He is P15. He is 2 seconds behind Ayaman Visual. And he will need to score 7 positions with the fastest lap to get into the top 8. And that means if that happens, if Eined Badness finishes at the top 8 with the fastest lap, he will be crowned champion by 1 point ahead of Sebastian Ocampo, because Sebastian Ocampo is 1 lap behind. So Akari here with the fastest lap, a 59.066. He has gotten into the sub 1 minute time now. Victor with the fastest lap, a 58.400. And I have a huge announcement here. Oh, yellow flag, sector 3. Who is that? Was that George? Oh, George has gotten a puncture. George with a puncture. So he will come into the pits for new softs rather. And he has gotten a puncture. Oh my. So it's lap 13 out of 24. Only 11 laps to go. It's a car that leads the way from Cosmos at second. Then it's B-Jack and Sonic at third. Victor at fourth. Sichi at fifth. Niv and Colby at 6, Nix Harrington at 7, Ravo with the fastest lap at 16.033. Then it's Smith Zayn at 8, Vashton Tan at 9, and Kyrox at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah. So onboarding with Kyrox. He's currently P10. And where is Einad Badness? Einad Badness currently P13 here. He has gained 2 positions. Only 10 laps remain here. So is Einad gonna pit? No, not yet. Let me check his tire percentage. He is on 76% tire wear. So he'll need to come into the pits very soon. So it's lap 14 out of 24. It's a car that leads away from Cosmos at 2nd. B-Dragon Sonic at 3rd. Victor at 4th. Sichi at 5th. Niv and Colby at 6th. Nix Harrington at 7th. Smith Zayn at 8th. Vashton Tan at 9th. And Kyrox at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And about the big announcement that I'm gonna say. That is, Renault is currently vacant. Why? Because Victor and George are no longer in the Discord server. I have banned both of them because they have been very naughty at this season. They have been causing a lot of arguments lately, which is why I banned them. Victor has gotten a 4th warning for causing too many arguments, which is insane if you ask me. So it's lap 15 out of 24 now, only 9 laps to go. It's a car that leads away from B-Dragon Sonic at 2nd, Cosmos at 3rd, Victor at 4th, Sichi at 5th, Niv and Colby at 6th. Then it's Nix Harrington at 7th, Smith Zayn at 8th, Vashton Tan at 9th, and Siat 10th. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah. So it's lap 16 now. It's basically still the same grid, the same top 10 as well. Excuse me there, sorry. So only 8 laps remain here. Is Einad Badness going to do it though? Let's go on board here with Einad Badness, alright? So Einad Badness, he needs to score 8 or better with the fastest lap in order to win the title. And yeah. So he is behind Jack Carter by 2 seconds. So a lot of these drivers are going to need to pit like very soon. So we're gonna go on board with Akari I mean. So he's on 70% tire wear, I think. Yeah, 70% tire wear. On board with B-Dragon Sonic, he's on 64%? Yeah, 64% tire wear. On board with Cosmos, he's on 86%, 85% now. Victor on 89%. I'm pretty sure 88. Oh no, not 89%, 69% tire wear, which is a funny number. So lap 17 out of 24 now. It's a car that leads away from lap 17 out of 24. Only 7 laps to go. Then it's Cosmos at 2nd, Victor at 3rd, Sichi at 4th, Nix Harrington at 5th, Smith Zayn at 6th, Vashton Tan at 7, Siat 8, Kyrox at 9, and Jack Carter at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah. So Einad Badness has gained 1 position so far. And he is 1 second behind Jack Carter. And yeah. So he needs to obviously score P8 or better with the fastest lap. If he finishes P8, of course. And yeah. So Einad Badness goes up 1 position. He's now P11. Only 3 more positions. Oh! Jack Carter colliding. Oh no, not Jack Carter. B-Dragon Sonic colliding there with Einad Badness there. And surprisingly, they didn't get any damage there. So it's lap 18 out of 24 now. A car leads the way from Cosmos at 2nd. Then it's Victor at 3rd, Sichi at 4th, Smith Zayn at 5th, Nix Harrington at... No, not 6th. He has a... Wait, let me redo the top 10 again. It's a car that leads the way from Cosmos at 2nd. Then it's Victor at 3rd, Sichi at 4th, Nix Harrington at 5th, Smith Zayn at 6th, his teammate Siat 7th. B-Dragon Sonic at 8, Jack Carter at 9, who has overtaken B-Dragon Sonic, and Gabo at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. So Einad Babness has pitted for new mediums. And I have no idea if his strategy is going to work. So Ocampo also pitted for new mediums. He is lapped by Gabo. I'm pretty sure that's Gabo, right? Yep, Gabo has lapped Sebastian Ocampo. He's also lapped by Nevin Colby now. So both Xia and Nick Harrington pit on lap 19 out of 24 then. So Sichi with the fastest sector won a 16.016. No DNF so far, but the person with the most penalties in this race is Oscar Folstad rather, who has a 10-second penalty. And yeah. So I don't think Einad Babness is gonna do it. He has 5 laps to go. He is now at P16. Einad Babness up to P16, but I don't think he has a chance. So ahead of him is George, who's 1 second behind of him, about like 3/10 of a second behind him now. So it's lap 20 out of 24 then, only 4 laps to go. It's a car that leads the way on lap 20 out of 24. Then it's Cosmos at 2nd, Victor at 3rd, Sichi at 4th, then it's Smith Zane at 5th, B-Dragon Sonic at 6th, Nevin Colby at 7th, Gabo at 8th, Vashtantan at 9th, and Nick Harrington at 10th. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah, and outside of the top 10 is Taco Van Horn, Kyrox, Xia, Oscar Folstad, George, who has been overtaken by Jack Carter. Then it's Einad Babness side by side with George, who has overtaken George for P16. Then it's Ayaman Visual at 18, Ravo at 19, Adney Olsen at 20th. Then it's Johnny Sims at 21st, and Sebastian Ocampo at 22nd, who is 1 lap behind. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for him, to be honest. Is that Vashtantan? Yeah, that's Vashtantan. So Akari has pitted now on lap 21 out of 24. So Cosmos leads the way on hard tires. He's on 74% tire wear, ahead of Victor, who is 1.4 seconds ahead. Then it's Sichi at 3rd, Kari at 4th, B-Dragon Sonic at 5th, Niven Colby at 6th, Vashtantan at 7th, Gabo at 8th, Smith Zane at 9th, and Nick Harrington at 10th. Those are your top 10 so far. And yeah, B-Dragon Sonic with the fastest sector one of 15.699 there. He has resetted the previous fastest sector one, which I have no idea who has set it. And yeah. So I don't think Einad Babness is gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it. He's at P16. He has only 3 laps to go, but I don't think he's going to do it. So George comes into the pits for new mediums, I'm pretty sure. Yep, new mediums. So it's lap 22 out of 24. Only 2 laps to go. It's Cosmos that leads the way from Victor at 2nd. Then it's Sichi at 3rd, Akari at 4th, B-Dragon Sonic at 5th, Niven Colby at 6th, then it's Vashtantan at 7th, Smith Zane at 8th, Nick Harrington at 9th, and Gabo at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And outside of the top 10 is Gabo, actually. Then it's Xia, who has overtaken Gabo for 11. Then it's Oscar Folstad at 13, Einad Babness at 14, Jack Carter at 15, Ayaman Visual at 17, at 16, Ravo at 17, Adna Olsen at 18, Johnny Sims at 19, and Taco Van Horn at 20, and then it's George at 21st, and Sebastian Ocampo at 22nd, who is 1 lap behind. And yeah, he's been lapped by Gabo there. So both Victor and Sichi pit on lap 23 out of 24, your penultimate lap of this race. It's Cosmos that leads the way from Akari at 2nd, who is 9.3 seconds behind Cosmos. Then it's B-Dragon Sonic at 3rd, Niven Colby at 4th, Smith Zane at 5th, Vashtantan at 6th. Then it's Nick Harrington at 7th, Victor at 8th, Xia at 9th, and Kyrox at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. And outside of the top 10 is Sichi, Oscar Folstad, Jack Carter, Inet Babnis, Ayaman Bijol, Ravo, Adney Olsen, Johnny Sims, Gabo, Taco Van Horn, George, and Sebastian Ocampo. So we are about to start lap 24 out of 24, your final lap of the race. It's Cosmos that still leads the way by around probably 7 seconds. 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds actually, from Akari. Excuse me there. Then it's B-Jack and Sonic at 3rd, Niv and Colby at 4th, Smith Zane at 5th rather. Cosmos with the fastest sector 1 at 15.533. Then it's Vashantan at 6th, Nick Harrington at 7th, Victor at 8th, Sichi at 9th, and Xia at 10. Those are your top 10 so far. Niv and Colby with the fastest sector 1 at 15.516 there. On board here with Cosmos. He is heading to the final corners of this race. He is about to win the Brazilian Grand Prix here for his first time ever. As we head on out to the final corner of this race, Cosmos comes home to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. But it's not here. But that is not what we are waiting for. It is Sebastian Ocampo. Sebastian Ocampo is your Season 2 Monoposto Formula 1 World Champion. Congrats to him, man. Even though he is 1 lap behind, he has won the Season 2 Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship. Iron Badness hasn't done it. He has not got to P8 or better to win the championship. So it is official that Sebastian Ocampo is your Season 2 MF1WC World Champion. Congrats to him, man. You have done it. You have absolutely done it. Even though you finished at last place and 1 lap behind of the whole grid. Well, not the whole grid, half of the grid rather. He has still done it. Good job to him, man. I'm so proud of him. Iron Babis has not done it, man. I also feel bad for him, but yeah. So Cosmos wins the Brazilian Grand Prix for his first time ever, ahead of Akari at 2nd. Then it's V-Dragon Sonic at 3rd. Good job to these guys in the top 10 as well. Congratulations to Sebastian Ocampo for winning the Season 2 Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship. He is officially your world champion. So let's head on into the driver standings for the final race of this season. So Cosmos wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Then it's Akari at 2nd, V-Dragon Sonic at 3rd, Niv and Colby at 4th, Smith Zane at 5th, Victor at 6th, Ratchan at 7th, Nick Harrington at 8th, Xia at 9th, and Kyrox at 10. Those are your top 10 and your scores not so far, your scores. Your non-scores were Sichi, Jack Carter, Ian Badman, Ayaman Bijol, Adney Olsen, Oscar Folstad, Gabo, Ravo, Taco Van Horn, Johnny Sims, George, and your world champion Sebastian Ocampo in the final driver standings. Sebastian Ocampo is your Season 2 Monoposto Formula 1 World Champion by 4 points ahead of Inet Babnis. Then it's Sichi at 3rd, Cosmos at 4th, B-Dragon Sonic at 5th, Oscar Folstad at 6th, then it's Ravo at 7th, not Ravo at 7th, Akari at 7th rather, then it's his team at Ravo at 8th, Niv and Colby at 9th, and Victor at 10. Those are your top 10 of the final driver standings. And outside of the top 10 is Kyrox, Smith Zane, Vashantan, Xia, Adney Olsen, Ayaman Bijol, Taco Van Horn, George, Nick Harrington, Gabo, Jack Carter, and Johnny Sims at last place. So it is Sebastian Ocampo, your world champion of the Season 2 of Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship. McLaren is also your Season 2 Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship champions. In the constructors standings now, at the last round of the season, I'm going to show it to you on screen. It will be on Formula Game Companion since, look at this, it doesn't show the standings. And yeah, we will see you guys next time then for Season 3 of the Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship. We have had an amazing season for Season 2, 24 rounds in total. We'll see you guys next time then for Season 3 of the Monoposto Formula 1 World Championship. Peace out everyone and stay safe.